Nichola here from the Coal Miner's Cottage. Thanks for popping into my kitchen and watching me cook on my 1920s Metters stove. Today I'm making a banana and date loaf. I have cooked this in the Metters before, put some photos up on Facebook and I got lots of responses from it, people wanting the recipe. I've had the Metters going all morning and it is at a perfect temperature. I've got 2 pieces of jarrah in there. That's all working well. So with today's recipe, I actually have modified the original recipe that I did. I added extra butter and an extra egg because it didn't feel as though it was rich enough for me. And I've also cut 1 banana out and I've added a half a cup of chopped dates, which was really good. And I did that as an experiment because the last time I cooked it, I only had 2 bananas and I thought, oh, I'll try it with dates and not have the 3rd banana, and it worked out really well. So with the ingredients, we need 2 ripe bananas, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or plain flour, 1 cup of white sugar, half a cup of butter. I've cubed that because it needs to be at room temperature, 2 large eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of baking powder, and obviously the dates, the half a cup of dates. I also have a ceramic dish which I've lined a loaf tin. This is a beautiful tin to cook in. It seems to work really good in the Metters as well. I've lined that with brown paper. And the method that I'm going to use today is I'm going to cream the butter and the sugar together with my electric hand mixer. And then also I'll do that in this nice big bowl. And then all the other ingredients just go in. I'm going to sift the flour and the baking powder and the baking soda together. The oven has to be at 175. So currently I have 2 pieces of jarrah just slowly slowly burning away in there at the moment. And I'll bring the camera down and we'll have a look at the temperature of the oven now and then the temperature of the oven when we're ready to cook it. See that I've just got these 2 pieces of jarrah in there. They've been burning away for probably an hour in there, and I just want to check the temperature of the oven. So currently the little temperature gauge in there is at 190, so that's pretty good. I'll test the temperature of the pizza stone as well. Oh, hang on. So that is saying 213. That's on the pizza stone, which is what we want, because with using the ceramic loaf tin, these don't heat up as quickly and easily as what the tin ones do. So we need that pizza stone to be a little bit hotter than normal. Let's get on to cooking this cake. Before we start, I just want to show you all of the ingredients that I have ready to go. Okay, so let's get organised to make this banana loaf. Just move that out of the way. I've got my ceramic bowl here. So we want the butter. In goes the butter and the sugar. So in goes 1 egg. Just and now for the 2nd egg. Let's push that down on the sides. Okay, I'm going to put the vanilla in now. Just going to use a capful. Okay, that looks good. And now I'll get the bananas and I'll mash them and I'll put them in next. Now these will be easy to mash. Just get a fork and just mash these. While I'm mashing these, my friend Deborah told me this really funny story about her husband. His name's Gary. And she was saying that they went to visit a friend and they were making a banana cake. And when they went outside, he said to her, "Don't eat that banana cake. You should have seen how rotten the bananas were. It will make us sick." She just was laughing at that story. Made me laugh too when she told me, "Don't eat the bananas, they're rotten." They're the best bananas to use. Funny. Okay, so I've mashed all them. Okay, and I'm going to add them back into the mixture. Smells delicious. I have to admit, I am taking a little bit more care with this recipe. Normally I do just chuck it all in, but because I'm showing you how to do it, I want to do it properly. Can throw it all in, but it does. Last time I cooked it, I had chunks of butter because the butter hadn't actually melted enough and I hadn't creamed it properly. I did it in a real hurry. I had my cousin Lynn coming over for morning tea, so I quickly made a banana cake. It was delicious. That was when I made it with the date because I only had 2 bananas. Okay, I'm just going to quickly combine that. Okay, and that should be enough. Mixing. Now, all we have to do is add the rest of the ingredients, which is I'm going to add the baking soda and the baking powder to the flour and sift that in. Okay, that's all done. And now we just stir this, fold it really in. It's nice and fluffy already. And now I'm going to add the dates. Let's get all of that combined. Before I put it into the loaf tin, I'm going to quickly check the meters and see what the temperature looks like. It's on about 190. The pizza stone has come down to 204. By the time I get it in and by the time the oven heats up the ceramic loaf tin, it should be at a good temperature. It's already dropped just in that time that I had it open. Okay, so that looks amazing. It's nice and full. Oh, that should rise up lovely. Okay, we'll get that into the oven now. Get this oven open. So I need to move that thermometer. Oh yeah, that has dropped quite a bit. So I'll move that there. And we'll get this in. There. Okay, so we've got that in, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put one more piece of jarrah. I'll use jarrah because jarrah creates that low, slow heat so that the oven can maintain the temperature that it's at. It's at the perfect temperature that we want for cooking the banana bread. It'll probably take about 45 minutes. I think last time when I cooked it in the Meadows, I did it on a low heat and it was about 45 to 50 minutes. But I will check my book and see how long it said. I use smaller pieces of wood, spread the fire over the whole grate. Then once the oven was hot, I pushed the fire back to the center. I let the fire go to low. And then I've said here, I should have primed it with smaller pieces of wood, which is what I'm about to do now. Okay. So I've just got this one piece that I'm going to put in the middle there to keep that fire going. Okay, and I'm going to put the bell on for 30 minutes and then we'll come back and check it. While I'm waiting for the banana loaf to cook, we've still got another 6 minutes before the timer goes off for the 30-minute mark. I've just been going through this old cookbook that I found online. This is called The Whitcomb's Modern Cookery and Electrical Guide. It's hilarious, actually. Inside it talks about the first electric stoves that were made, and it tells you all sorts of things about the electricity. And I like see this in, check out that talks about the kilowatts and how much electricity the stove's going to use, and you know, the charges for it and all sorts of hilarious things. Obviously these were made by the developers or manufacturers of electric stoves, because I've got another one of the Whitcombs, and it's the wartime cooking, which was my nonna's. So I went searching for that, and I also found this, so I bought this online. Actually came from Tasmania. But I was thinking about making muffins, and I thought, how would it go if I tried to get some of these old recipes and try to make them into modern variations using a vintage stove. So I found a chocolate cream cake, and I thought maybe I could do a chocolate cream cake, modify the recipe so that I could use it in a muffin tin, and then put big chunks, you know, those chocolate buttons. I've got this thought that I want to do chocolate muffins with these buttons in it. So this chocolate cream cake, the recipe, not much to the recipe. It has butter, sugar, flour, baking powder, 4 eggs, grated chocolate, coffee essence, and milk. I'm thinking that this would make a really easy muffin variation on a muffin. So I'm thinking that I might try that next. There's the timer. So that's 30 minutes. There's only a little bit of fire, which is really good. Hope it's not too much and it hasn't burnt the top, but let's check. Ooh, looking good. Oh, check it out. It's not cooked, nowhere near cooked. So we'll put that back in, and I'm going to quickly get that back in before the heat escapes too much. I'll turn it around. Smells delicious. And the temperature has dropped under 150. So I might just get that fire going a little bit more. I'll put one more piece of wood on there, just another piece of jarrah. We don't want that to go out. I'm just going to gently sit that on top because I don't want to upset the fire that's already in there either. And I'll close that. And I'll get my little fan and fan it for a minute. Okay. So that's got the fire going a little bit. Don't want that fire to go out. But I don't want it to get any hotter either because the top looks nice. It's at a nice brown temperature. So I think I'll put the timer on for another 20 minutes. It's definitely going to need another 20 minutes. And that will take us up to the 50 minutes. The timer just went off for the additional 20 minutes. So we'll open the oven and see how the cake is, or the banana loaf. Oh yeah, so just after I put the extra jarrah on, I lowered the banana loaf down onto the bottom tray because that was actually it was burning quite a bit. And I was a bit worried that the top of the cake would burn, which was probably a good move because it is starting to get a little bit burnt. Still not cooked, but still needs probably another 10 minutes, I reckon. It's coming out clean on the skewer, but it still feels a little bit, it doesn't feel dense enough. So now that's for the 10 minutes. Yep, that's cooked. There's resistance in the bottom where before when I put the skewer in, I could move it around a little bit. So, like just like that. So there's resistance. So yes, that is cooked. And check that out. It's nice and toasty on the top. So I'm pretty happy with that. All in all, that took an hour to cook. It's turned out really Really nice. I think it's turned out fabulous. So now all I need to do is take it out and put it on a wire rack, and I'll probably put it on the windowsill to cool down, and then, yeah, probably take a little bit to cool down. Smells good. That was a really easy recipe to do. Simple ingredients: banana, date, eggs, flour, sugar, some vanilla essence, all mixed up together, and just an hour in the Medders. The wood in the oven turned out to be really easy to manage today because I just had those bits of jarrah, and there's that last one that I put on is still burning away quite nicely, and it's nice and warm in the house. Like, it's the middle of winter and I don't have a jumper or anything on. So, and it's been raining all day. Just upend this onto this wire rack. Are you ready? Ta-da. Oh, look at that. How does that look? Now I'm going to take that paper off and we'll really see what it looks like. Oh. Wow. Look at that. That looks incredible. Can't wait to taste it. Okay, so I'm ready to cut the cake, the loaf, the banana loaf. Oh, look at that. Check out all those bits of date in there. How delicious does that look? Looks delicious. Gotta be happy with that. Okay, now to taste it. Oh, I'm loving all those bits of date. You see them? That just beautiful. Looks nice and moist as well. Mmm. Yum. Oh, it's got a nice bit of crunch on it. Oh, yum. Lindsay's going to love that. Yeah, that is good. That is seriously good. I reckon tomorrow, with a bit of butter and a cup of tea, that is going to be perfect. I'm really happy with how that turned out. We managed the fire really well today. We didn't let it overheat. It has got a little bit of burning on the top, but not so much that it's really impacting on the, well, it hasn't impacted on the flavour. Possibly could have risen a little bit more, but it's rustic. It's a really delicious rustic banana loaf. The dates just make it. You can smell the banana and the date. One more. Yum. I have to say, that has been an absolute joy to cook. I know I've done it before in the Medders, but I think this one's better because it's a bit more crunchier. The last one I made wasn't quite as crunchy on the edges, on the outside. So yeah, very happy with this one. Super happy. So thank you for watching my video. If you got all the way to the end, I'm very happy that you did. I hope that you have a go at making this banana loaf because it is really delicious and yummy. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.